Hey future scientists, are you ready to discover the world of tiny invisible creatures? Today we're learning about the microbiome, the wonderful little helpers living around and inside our bodies. They help us digest our food, keep us healthy, and even boost our mood. In today's experiment, you're going to become scientists too. For the experiment, you're going to need a couple of clear plastic bottles, scissors, make sure to get an adult to help you if you need, a marker, a scoop, and a bucket with some mud from your school or community. You'll need enough to fill all your plastic bottles. Make sure to ask permission from an adult to collect the mud first. You'll also need some newspaper strips, clear plastic sheets, and optional, an egg yolk. Next, we're going to take the bottles and cut away the top part. Make sure to get an adult to help you with this. Next up, you're going to label your 3 bottles for mud, mud and newspaper, and if you have an egg yolk, mud, newspaper, and egg yolk. Take your bucket and your scoop and mix your mud well. If you don't have mud, you can use soil and add water to it. Did you know microbes in the mud are nutrient cycling champs? They break down the nutrients and make them reusable. Next, you're going to take your first bottle and fill it with mud. Make sure not to fill it all the way to the top because we want to add some water to soak the mud. Next up, you're going to take your scoop and mix bits of newspaper into the leftover mud in the bucket. Now you're going to take the newspaper and mud mix and fill up your second bottle. The newspaper acts as a source of carbon, which some of the microbes in the mud are going to love. If you had an egg, you're going to take the yolk or the yellow part and add that into the leftover mud and newspaper mix for your third bottle. Now that we have the yolk mixed in, we're going to take this final mixture and fill our third bottle, where the egg yolk serves as a source of sulfur for different kinds of microbes. Now that you have your 3 bottles, if your mud looks a bit dry, you can fill it with water to soak the mud. It should look something like this. Lastly, you need to seal your containers. You can use everyday items like flip file sleeves or Ziploc bags to do this. Make sure to seal it tightly. You can secure the plastic with an elastic band. After sealing your bottles, you need to place them in a bright place without any direct sunlight for 8 to 10 weeks, where you can watch the microbes grow. The microbes are going to grow in different layers, each finding their own cozy spot with the right amount of oxygen, light, and nutrients. This simple experiment shows us that just like people, microbes like different things. After 8 to 10 weeks, when your experiment is done, throw away the bottles, but without opening them. Well, we hope you enjoyed doing this experiment with us and learning more about our microbial mates.